Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. It is that time of the month once again. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my March makeup favorites. We're going to focus just mostly on makeup. I do have a few skincare products, but the majority will just be makeup today. And what makes this monthly favorites a little bit more special is that today's sponsor is ColourPop Cosmetics, and you guys know how much I love and adore ColourPop. You know how much I recommend them, how much I talk about them, and I feel like in a lot of my favorites I always have a ColourPop favorite. So this is such an organic and natural collab, so I'm so excited to be working with them, and I have you guys to thank for that, because truly if not for you and supporting my channel, I really will not have these opportunities to be working with my favorite brands. So thank you guys so much, and a big thank you to ColourPop Cosmetics for working with me and sponsoring today's video. I'm going to be sharing some of my recent favorites from ColourPop. I have a few here that I have been loving. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and hop right into the favorites. Okay, so before we hop into my ColourPop favorites, I do want to mention what's on my eyes, because it is a ColourPop palette. It's not technically a favorite yet because it is my first time using it, but I thought I would just mention it since we are on the topic of ColourPop. It is the new In the Limelight 9-pan eyeshadow palette. So it's my first look today. My review will come out pretty shortly, but I thought I would mention it because I love how this eye look turned out, and this palette is such a good 9-pan monochromatic lime dream. But I do have some other eyeshadow palettes from ColourPop that I have been loving, and these are from their All the Buzz collection. There are 3 different palettes with all different color stories. I think these palettes individually are amazing, but together as a collection is beautiful as well. I think the color stories on these are just different and unique. They did such an amazing job on these. I think these are perfect for spring. So the first one is called Wannabe, which is the warm tone one, and this is very similar to the Sunflower palette, which is an all matte palette from ColourPop, but it has the shimmers, and this palette is just so beautiful, so warm. I loved all the looks that I did for this collection. I will leave my review up in the cards here, and it's just so pretty. This is a warm tone dream. I absolutely love it. And then the blue one is a little bit more on the cooler tone side. You get some really nice muted icy tones, and I just love the color combo of this one as well. I love the look that I did with this. And then lastly, So Fly. You get a mixture of tones in here, but the look that I got out of this, I fell in love. It looked like a rainbow was shining on my eyes with that duochrome. This collection was so well done, and I'm always thinking about my end of year palette ranking, and I think these are going to rank super high. Even though we're only in April, I just know that these are going to be just ranked so high in my end of year wrap up. And then next I have a few lip products that I have been loving. So I did mention in the previous monthly favorites this glowing lip balm in the shade Let's Get It. It's what I'm currently wearing on my lips right now. This has been in my top drawer. This shade was the only shade in my top drawer because that was just my go-to shade from the initial lineup. But then this shade here, which I don't know how to pronounce, I'm just gonna put it on the screen because I don't want to mispronounce, but this shade has snuck its way up into my top drawer because I was using it so much that I just wanted it within reach. And if something's in my top drawer vanity, you know it is a favorite. This is such a good pinky mauve. So whenever I'm doing cooler tone looks or pinky purple looks, I will go for this shade. When I'm wearing a warm tone look, I will go for Let's Get It. So it's either one. I love the glowing lip balms as well. They're a hybrid of a lipstick and a lip balm. So you get the pigment from the lipstick aspect, and then you get the hydration from the lip balm aspect. So it's a good mixture of both, and the formula is so perfect. You can wear it with no makeup, just as a tinted lip balm, or a full glam look as a lip color. It is just amazing. Chef's kiss. Love these. I have a whole lip swatch on these as well. I'll also leave that in the cards. And then for my last ColourPop favorite, I have the Freckle Pen in dark brown. So I think I mentioned this in my yearly favorites, but I kind of just wanted to talk about it again because this past month, honestly, I broke out quite a lot. Probably one of the worst breakouts I've had in a while. And whenever I get a breakout, I always like to turn my pimple into a beauty mark. For example, this one here, is a little pimple that I got, and I just used this freckle pen and made it into a beauty mark. This beauty mark here, I just like to reinforce it, and something about adding beauty marks back onto my face, I just love it. I feel like it just adds some character. I don't know, it hits different. I feel a different type of way when I add it back on. So I don't use this as like a freckle pen, I use this more as like a beauty spot marker, and I think it's a really good shade of brown because I do have the freckle pen, and I have tried to use that like for my beauty spots, but the tone of that is very brown, so that would work great as like an actual freckle pen, not a beauty mark. This tone of brown, it looks like a natural beauty mark, if that makes sense, and I've been loving it. I know it's such a simple product, but I can't do my makeup without this. And I know you could use eyeshadow, but it's just something different when you just have a product for that specific step, if you know what I mean. But those were all of my recent Colourpop favorites, so a big thank you again to Colourpop for sponsoring this portion of today's video. So moving along into my other favorites for the month, I'll start off with some skincare. So the first one is from The Ordinary. This is the glycolic acid 7% toning solution, and you know, I'll be honest, I haven't like tried anything from The Ordinary that I love. Like, I personally don't see the hype, but this has just changed everything for me. So it started back when I saw a girl on TikTok, which I've come to realize her whole TikTok page is just about glycolic acid. Like, that is her niche. She just talks about glycolic acid, and the video showed that she used this on her dry feet, and then a few hours later her dry feet was no longer dry, and I was like, am I a target audience? Because I have the most driest feet ever, guys. Like, when I go to sleep, my feet are so dry that it literally scratches on my duvet. It is the most uncomfortable and like thing I have to go through when I go to sleep. I have tried exfoliating my feet, I've tried putting moisturizer on my feet, but nothing can get rid of that dryness until I use this, and I literally saw results so quickly. I think after using it twice, my feet don't scratch on my duvet anymore, and I can't tell you how great it feels. But what I do is I put this on a cotton pad and I will just wipe this all over my feet. I actually take it up onto my calves and my knees and also my elbows as well, wherever it is really dry. And then I actually use the Soul Body body lotion. So this is from Colourpop as well, so you can purchase it from there. And also I have an affiliate code with Colourpop that I forgot to mention. It is my name, Judy, at checkout for 10% off. But I'll go in with this and then I'll put my socks on, and you can just feel the hydration like marinating in your skin. This is also very affordable as well if you're looking for a good body lotion. So yeah, these two have been saving my dry feet. And then one more skincare favorite is from Drunk Elephant. It's their Lala Retro Whipped Cream, and I actually got a little PR package from Drunk Elephant, and they were so generous. They gifted me so many things, and I have been trying a fair few things from them, but I still want to test them out for a little bit longer. But this one I wanted to mention first because it's such a good thick nighttime cream. I will apply this at night and I can just feel my skin in the morning still quenched from the hydration of this, because it's a really thick cream, and I really love it. And I actually really like the packaging of Drunk Elephant. I have tried this in a sample size before and I really loved it back then, but this, you just push it up like you know, nail polish remover comes on this as well. You just push it up and you get a good amount of product. I just really love applying this at night, knowing that my skin is going to get that hydration, because not only this past month my skin has been breaking out a lot, it also has been so dry. Like, I don't know why my skin has been so dry, because I'm typically an oily girl, but yeah, this has just been helping me out a lot as well. And then onto my other makeup favorites, I have some goodies from Tower 28 Beauty. So my friend actually sent me a little package and she got me the Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30 tinted sunscreen. She got me the shade number 20 Mulholland, and I've been using this so much recently. I absolutely love it. It's what I'm wearing on my skin right now. So it is like a tinted sunscreen with a little bit of coverage. I work it like a tinted moisturizer. I just work it in my fingers and apply it onto my face. This is not my SPF, guys, just saying that. Like, I do use a separate SPF, but it's just great that it does have the SPF in there. And the thing is the shade. Like, I know me and my friend that got me this, she also got the same shade as well. We're talking about the shade, how it is a little tricky to get the exact shade, because I do think this is a little bit neutral leaning on me. It's not as golden, but I think because it is a very light coverage, I can get away with it. And I really just like my complexion. I just like how it evens out my complexion a little bit. And then I'll just go in with my full coverage concealer to conceal my acne spots and my dark circles. But it looks really great on the skin. It's very, very comfortable, very lightweight, and I really enjoy this. Like, I like how my skin looks. I'm so glad I have this, because it's just going to be like my new go-to daily makeup base. Love this. And then also I purchased the Tower 28 lip jelly. I got mine in the shade Spicy. So I got mine from Revolve, which they do carry Tower 28. I'm not exactly sure if they carry like every single shade, and I decided to get Spicy because it was such a pretty, like, bright spicy red. And literally, guys, when I got this in the mail, I like I had like no makeup on. I just wanted to see the formula, so I put some on my lips. It was love at first swipe. Like, as soon as I swiped it on, I just fell in love, because it's hard to describe this formula. Like, it kind of reminds me of a lip oil, but also like a lip gloss. Like, it's such a unique formula on its own, and I get why this is hyped up. Like, I get why people love this, and I now want all of the shades. A lot of you guys were recommending me, I think it was like the milk line or something. A lot of you guys were saying that in my DMs on Instagram when I showed it. Next up is from Sigma Beauty, and they sent me a little package of their new color correctors. It's not really that new. I mean, it launched in the beginning of March, and I really have been loving this. So it is their Spectrum color correcting duo, and I use the shade light to medium. So it comes with two shades. I like to mix the two, and I'll use this for my concealer underneath my eyes, and I feel like it does a really great job of just brightening and correcting my dark circles. But it's also very lightweight and really easy to blend out. And when I use this, I use much less concealer, which results in like less cakey under eyes. So ever since I got this, I've been using this like literally every single day in my routine. It's like a part of me now. It's part of my routine. And then onto my last favorite of the month, I have the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores blush. This is in the shade Naturally Pretty or Warm Peach, and I fell in love with this at first application as well. It is part of their Bye Bye Pores line, which means it has that like blurring effect, and I feel it. And especially you're applying it to like your apples of your cheeks where you do have more pores. Something about this blush just looks so airbrushed on the skin. I think there is one more shade, and I totally want to get it now. Like, not that I need any more blushes, but like, it just looks so smooth on the skin. And I wore this in my last purchase or pass video, and so many of you guys asked me what blush am I wearing. Like, I usually don't get like, what blush are you wearing? Usually it's like, oh, what lashes, what's your eyeshadow, what's your lip color. It's not usually about my blush that I get asked about. But in that video, like, you guys were going crazy. Like, what is the blush? Share the blush. It was this blush, guys, that it's so good. Like, I would totally recommend you checking this out. It's definitely one of my new favorite blush powder formulas. So that, you guys, is going to include my March makeup favorites. I would love to know some of yours, because I always like checking them out, adding that onto my wish list. You guys always have really good recommendations, so leave that down below. Again, a big thank you to Colourpop for sponsoring today's video. I always love working with them, and it is such a dream come true. So thank you so much, Colourpop, for sponsoring today's video. I'll have all the products linked down below. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, like, I truly appreciate you guys so much. I love you so much, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in my next video. Bye!